A poor fisherman was casting his net in the river when he accidentally pulled up a round stone the size of a basketball. Curious, he took the stone home, but to his surprise, when night fell, it shone like a diamond, sparkling brightly. The fisherman and his wife looked at each other and smiled. The next day, they presented the stone to the king. The king was delighted, and immediately rewarded them with endless riches and glory. Long ago, there was a poor fisherman. He and his wife had many children, but they had no money to raise them. Meanwhile, his older brother, who lived next door, was wealthy and dined on lavish meals every day. Whenever the poor fisherman's family had nothing to eat, he would go to his brother's house and beg for help. But the stingy older brother never spared a single bite. One day, when his family was starving, the frustrated fisherman decided to go fishing. He swore that he wouldn't return home until he caught a fish, but when he cast and retrieved his net over and over, not even a tiny shrimp was caught. Even the frogs seemed to be mocking him. By dusk, the fisherman still hadn't caught a single fish. Frustrated, he made another vow. If he failed to catch anything this time, he would go home and starve to death. Perhaps moved by his determination, the fisherman suddenly felt his net grow heavy. He struggled to pull it up, only to find a plain-looking stone inside. Disappointed but unwilling to return empty-handed, he decided to take the stone home. The children were overjoyed. To them, it was just another toy. They rolled the stone around on the floor, until it accidentally stopped by their parents' bed. One casual glance at it, and the fisherman was left speechless. The stone looked entirely different from the daytime. It glowed like a dazzling diamond. Clearly, it was an incredible treasure. Early the next morning, the fisherman's wife wrapped the stone in cloth, and hurried to the palace. She presented the glowing stone to the king. The king was stunned. He had never seen such a beautiful gem before. Eager to claim it for himself, he generously rewarded the fisherman with 3 sacks of gold, and a horse-drawn carriage. When the fisherman returned home, his family was overjoyed. Curious about the weight of the gold, he decided to measure it with buckets. Since they didn't have enough, his wife sent their child to borrow some from the older brother. The older brother was confused. Why borrow buckets but not food? The child answered truthfully, saying their father needed them to measure gold. The older brother laughed in disbelief. There was no way his poor brother could have gold. So he followed the child back to their house. To his shock, the entire room gleamed with gold. The older brother had never seen so much wealth before. He asked his brother how he got it. The fisherman smirked and rolled his eyes, then lied, saying he had traded 3 cats for it. According to him, the palace was overrun with mice, and they had nearly devoured all the king's food. When the fisherman heard about this, he offered 3 strong cats to the king, and the grateful king rewarded him with 3 sacks of gold. The greedy older brother believed the story. Without hesitation, he spent all his money, buying every cat from the village and the neighboring towns. That very afternoon, he loaded a cart full of cats and rushed to the palace. But as soon as he opened the sacks, the palace descended into chaos. The cats scattered everywhere. Even the king wasn't spared. His royal robe was torn, and his handsome face and backside were covered in scratches. Furious, the king thought he was being mocked. He immediately ordered the older brother's arrest, and from that day on, he spent his days in prison, with nothing but cats for company.